Today I'm going to be making some very special cinnamon rolls. These are going to be my magical Christmas CINNABON cinnamon roll. So this one's going to be a little bit different than the normal CINNABON cinnamon roll that I make typically at Thanksgiving and different times of the year. But this one is going to have all kinds of Christmas goodies in it. So come along, I hope you'll join me, and perhaps it'll be something you'll want to add to your Christmas collection. So I'm on my way to an appointment, so I'm going to have my bread maker do all the work for my dough for my cinnamon roll. So let's get started. I start off with 1/4 cup of melted butter that I just put right into my bread maker. Then I'm going to put in 1/4 cup of hot water, and I'm going to put 1 cup of milk in there. So you got quite a bit of liquid going on. It works out great. Then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add 1/2 package of vanilla pudding. Now this can be any vanilla pudding, any brand that you like, as long as it's vanilla. And I'm just going to pour in 1/2 of this package. And we're going to use the other 1/2 for our frosting. All right, so we're going to save the rest when we make our frosting later today. All right, the next thing that we're going to be adding is a beaten egg. I'm actually going to hold off on that for a minute because I've got a lot of hot liquids in here. I'm going to put in 1 tablespoon of sugar, just like so. Just like that. And then I'm going to be putting in some vanilla, about 1 teaspoon. Then I'm also going to be putting in my secret ingredient, which is a little bit of rum extract. Now, if you don't like this, you can leave it out, no problem, but I'm going to be putting in about 1 teaspoon of rum extract. So this is 1 tablespoon, so I'm only going to put in a little. And there you go. Just that little bit is going to give you a really amazing taste. If you like rum cake or anything like that, you'll like it. The next thing that I'm going to add is 4 cups of flour. So I am going to put my flour in 1 cup at a time. I've got 1. And you don't need to sift this. All you need to do is measure it right into the bread maker. The bread maker is going to turn so much, it's going to have a lot of air put into the dough. This dough is like foolproof. I have made this so many times and it's really a big hit. Everybody loves these cinnamon rolls. So now I think it's safe to put in my 1 beaten egg. I'm going to add that. And we're going to put in 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Just a little salt. We're also going to put in our active dry yeast. The recipe calls for 2.5 teaspoons, so 1 of these packets equals that amount. So all I'm going to do is cut this. You can tear it, but half the time I tear it and it's a disaster. I'm going to put my yeast in. To make it Christmassy, remember I put in just a little teaspoon of the rum extract flavoring. So I am going to set my setting to the dough cycle, and I'm just going to start it. So I bought one of these little pans with the lid on it at the 99-cent store, and I found these little stick-on snowmen. I thought they were so cute, and so I am just going to put those all over the outside of my little pan. And just kind of decorate it a little bit for Christmas. Everybody loves Christmas. Well, I don't know if everybody loves Christmas. I love Christmas. All right, put a cute little snowman in the middle. Oh, I like that little one with the red hat. I don't know if you can see these real good. Is that better? No, I think it was better the way it was. Here, let me go sideways. See if you could see that a little better. There. Now I've got a little blue snowman. We're gonna put him on there. So it's gonna be like a little boy and girl snowman. I'm gonna have them kind of holding hands here, like that. And then it looks like I've got a, I don't know, funny looking snowman here's got a little hat on, so I'm gonna put him right next to them, so they're all gonna be little friends. And then I just have a couple little snowflakes. I'm gonna put those on. Just have two of them. There you go. I think it looks kind of cute. For 99 cents, you can't beat it. I also got some little holiday plates and napkins that I'm gonna bring over with my little package of cinnamon rolls tomorrow morning, and I hope it just makes everybody's day. This is why I love my bread maker. It gets all the work done for me. When I come back, this will be completely finished. So here I am back from my appointment, and the bread, or I guess the cinnamon roll dough is all done. So let me show you how it came out. All right, so I put a little bit of flour on my board here, and I'm just gonna take this dough and just pull it out of the bread maker. Really, really, really easy. The bread maker basically did all the work for me. So all I have to do is really just turn this out, and my whole goal is just to take this dough and roll it into something that will fit about, I'd say maybe 12 cinnamon rolls. That's usually what this makes. So this is a really easy dough to work with. It always comes out real good. I just like to kind of shape it into the rectangle the best I can with my hands. And then I go ahead and just roll it out. It's very easy. And I have to put a little bit of flour on it, but not too much. All right, let me show you how this works. See how nice this rolls out even? It's just a wonderful dough to work with. And you want to get it as even as you can. Really, we need it a little longer than we do wide. Try to get it into a square the best you can. And I try to roll it from the middle, just so that there's plenty of room. Basically, for me, I'm going to kind of follow the shape of this board. This is just a wooden board that I use to roll a lot of things out on. Sometimes I roll things out on my counter. I mean, either way, it all kind of works out. All right. So this is going to work out really good. So this is my dough. And let me show you how I make the filling next. So I'm going to take a half a stick of butter. Now I don't want this melted, but I do need it softened. So I'm going to put it in the microwave for a few seconds, like maybe 15, 20 seconds, just to soften it up. Okay, to this butter, we're going to add a cup of packed brown sugar. All right, we're going to add that to our softened butter. Then we're going to be adding 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. And since I really like the cinnamon, I'm actually going to increase that to a tablespoon, which is basically 3 teaspoons. There you go. Now at this point, you could add 1/4 cup of walnuts, or you could add some raisins. I'm not going to do either one. I'm just going to have a regular cinnamon filling in this. And all I'm going to do is just stir this filling together. Now, because I really like the taste of vanilla, I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of vanilla flavoring in this. Just a little. And I'm just going to stir this up until it's kind of a workable paste that we're going to put on top of our cinnamon rolls. Easy, easy, easy. All right. So now we're going to move our dough over. And what you're going to want to do is spread your paste all over your cinnamon rolls. Now you don't want it on the very outside edges, because then when you roll it up, this isn't going to stick very good. But you're just going to put this on. And I usually spread this with a butter knife, but you use whatever you want. You could use a spoon or what have you. This just works out really good. This is a great cinnamon paste to put on here. And so I put them very close to the edge. I'd say probably within, half an inch maybe. But I don't put them all the way, because if you do, then you're going to have trouble with everything leaking out, and it's just going to make a big mess. All right, so this looks pretty good. This is usually how I like to do it. Make sure we get all our cinnamon roll paste on there. Now I found this product over at Dollar Tree of all places. It's a Snickers seasoning. So I'm actually going to sprinkle some of this right over the top of this. And my grandkids have actually put this on some cookies that they made, and they just loved it. So all I'm going to do now is start rolling my cinnamon roll, just like this. Oh, it smells so good. I don't know about you, but I love cinnamon. I love it. Love, love, love it. All right, so we're just gonna roll, 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 roll. Keep it as tight as you can, because these cinnamon rolls actually expand. We're gonna leave them in the refrigerator overnight, and we're gonna bake them in the morning. So they are gonna be so good to take to my appointment. The people that work there are gonna be able to enjoy some nice hot cinnamon rolls. And I think they're really gonna enjoy them. So just try to make sure you have as much of this dough as possible. And you see how big these are once you get to the other end? I mean, that's a nice size cinnamon roll, if you ask me. All right, so then I try to pinch it together a little bit just to help it hold together. Now this side is going to be the side that goes down in the pan, so don't worry, it's not going to be a problem for you. Just roll it over on the seam, and then I tuck in these little ends here, because those also don't have a lot of cinnamon on them, but they're going to kind of hold everything together. All right, now we're going to cut it and put it into our pan. Now I do spray my pan because I don't want anything to burn. And all I do is take a knife, and I'm going to cut this down the middle. And I usually use a nice serrated knife. They work really good. I'm going to cut the two sides down the middle, just like this. And then each one of these four, I'm going to cut into threes. So we're going to have 1, 2, just like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and just put these right inside of the pan. I'm gonna move this over a little so you can see me. And I'm gonna leave these in the refrigerator overnight, and they're gonna come out so good. You'll see, they're gonna just look beautiful tomorrow. So I'm gonna put some of these bigger ones in the corners, because I'll end up on the other end with with a cinnamon roll that's going to be a little bit smaller, like this front one here, which is fine. A lot of people like a smaller cinnamon roll with the big ones. All right, so now we're going to put this one right in the middle. We're going to put all these cinnamon rolls right together. Just like so. Now what I do, you can leave them just like this, put some plastic over and refrigerate them, but I like to flatten them a little bit. So I'm just gonna take my fingers and kind of flatten the cinnamon rolls. It just helps when they come together that they're all completely even. I know it sounds kind of weird, but this step really helps. Just kind of squish them down a little. Just like this. Now when these rise, they're going to get a little bit higher, but they're also going to really come together. And this will make them a lot more even. See how that looks? Now I'm just going to put a piece of plastic over these, and then tomorrow when we take them out of the oven, they will have risen a little bit. So I'm going to take my plastic and I want to put a little bit of spray, cooking spray on it, because if these rise too much, which sometimes they do, I mean, you'd be surprised. I don't want them to stick to the plastic. So then I'm just going to put this plastic right over the cinnamon rolls, just like this, and stick them in the oven until tomorrow. And there you go. Now we're gonna make our frosting, and tomorrow morning, all we're gonna have to do is let it kind of, sit on the counter and get a little bit warmer, and we'll put this away. So we're gonna start off by using 4 ounces of softened cream cheese. And so basically that's half of a 8-ounce block. We're just going to take that. We need 1/4 of a cup of softened butter. So I put some of that in the microwave for about 15 seconds. I'm gonna need 1½ cups of confectioner sugar. So I'm gonna get a nice big bowl because I'm gonna put this in the mixer. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and give this a good mix. Okay, that's exactly the consistency that I'm looking for. Perfect. All right, I'm just gonna put it in a little container and stick it in the refrigerator. Okay, we've got our frosting. I am gonna put this away, and then I'm gonna clean up my mess. And tomorrow I will put the cinnamon rolls together for you. Well, it's morning and I just turned on the oven to 350 degrees, and my cinnamon rolls have risen a little bit and they're ready to put in the oven. So I'm going to go ahead and bake these for about 15 to 20 minutes, and as soon as they're done, I'll show you the next step. So you want something with kind of a hard bottom. I'm just going to use a garlic press and just break these up. It just takes a minute. So I've just taken my cinnamon rolls out of the oven. They look absolutely beautiful. This is kind of a deep pan, so you can't really tell how much they've risen, but they look great. So the neat part about these cinnamon rolls is you actually frost them right after they come out of the oven. This frosting, it's gonna melt a little bit, but it's funny, it kind of holds its shape. So I just put all this luscious frosting on each of these cinnamon rolls. I want to make sure that every cinnamon roll has frosting on it. All right, that looks really good. Now what we're going to do is I've got some green and red sprinkles, and I'm going to put them on every other cinnamon roll. So I already know that I've got 12 cinnamon rolls. So I'm just going to put these on. There's one. And these don't have a little a little sprinkler, so I'm going to go ahead and have to do these by hand. The red. My grandkids are sick right now. I wish they were here. They could help do this. They just love decorating things. All right, I think that looks pretty good. Now we're going to take our peppermints and we're just going to sprinkle those right over the top. And that, my friends, is a magical Christmas Copycat Cinnabon cinnamon roll. So my cinnamon rolls are all ready to go. I've got my little decorated top I'm going to put on top of this, and I'm going to head off to my therapy appointment. So this is my last physical therapy appointment before my surgery next Wednesday. So I hope that my therapists and everybody who works there who's helped me get my knee in order for my surgery enjoys these cinnamon rolls. So I'm going to link the description below if you want to give them a try. They're really delicious. Thanks for watching, and I hope that you will consider subscribing to my channel. Give me a like, a thumbs up, and ring the bell if you'd like to get future notifications for more videos. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.